This is Five and Friends. Five friends, five perspectives, all five. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode, everyone. My name is Zen. Don't ask why, just put an I. And with me this week is Samra and Amna.
Hey then,
Mr. Robot.
Yes.
and with me today is Summer.
Hamna.
All right, we gotta stop this.
Were you gonna
Getting
you're gonna
weird.
start bursting out into Sister Act or something?
No.
Have you ever seen that
Seriously,
movie? It's a fantastic
especially-
movie. All right, Sister Act 2 especially.
Sister Act 2. Java, Java.
Oh, Summer, please don't recreate it because your voice is not Lauryn Hill's voice.
It's amazing, that movie. Shout out to Lauryn Hill.
Shout out to Lauryn Hill. Shout out to Jennifer Love
And
Hewitt.
Whoopi Goldberg.
She's in it. And Whoopi.
And my other nuns in that movie.
I haven't seen that movie in such a long time. It's been a very, very
Amazing.
long time. I need to get on it.
Movie
Yeah,
everyone
maybe you
should
should.
watch if they haven't. It's a great Christmas movie. Go ahead, people, watch it.
You know what's a great Christmas movie?
What?
This Christmas.
This Christmas. You mean the one with Chris Brown?
That's all I had to say. Yeah, that's the only bad part. But he sounds very good, but he's terrible as a human. So,
That's the problem with Chris Brown. Good voice.
terrible human.
Awful human.
Just the worst.
Along with every other... the whole Hollywood thing.
Zan, how do you feel about Louis C.K.?
I'm very upset.
Louis CK.
I'm very upset by that.
Summer, he's a giant comedian. The fact that you don't know that, it just invalidates your opinion on this.
Well, I think
I'm
anybody
just joking. But he's a
anything
big
like that
comedian.
is a terrible person. But
I'm so upset because, so Louis C.K. was, my absolute favorite comedian. He was, I remember discovering his show, Louis, and, just falling in love with it. And, I followed his career very closely because, I actually, went out of my way to buy some of his, stuff online. I even got, I wanted to even see him live, but his live shows are always, way too expensive. But, yeah, no, I'm kind of upset that this happened. That he's a gross person. And it's just...
Admittedly gross, too. Admittedly disgusting.
Yeah, he
admitted it.
was... Well, it was kind of refreshing for him to actually admit it compared to the other people out there that didn't, and instead just started asking more questions.
It's refreshing in the sense that he owned up to it, but not refreshing in the sense that he's
No,
disgusting.
no, I completely agree. It's disgusting, but it's great. I shouldn't say it's great, but it was good to hear that he actually just owned up to it. He's like, yeah, I did it. And he's just going to go into the silence. He's going to go into the ether and just go away forever. Not forever, for maybe a couple years, 3 years.
Nah, I think at this point.
You
it's
think forever? Listen, Mel Gibson
Yeah, I
came
don't
back.
think he'll be
Mel
able to
Gibson
come
came
back.
back. So if he came back...
Yeah, but I think something's changing here.
You don't think...
I
You think
really
none of
do.
the actors and actresses... Not the actresses, but the actors... Everyone that's been accused for sexual abuse in the Hollywood industry in the past few weeks, they're never going to come back?
I honestly think that this is changing things. Because it's one after the other, and people are really disconnecting from them, and I think this is different. I think they won't be able to just come back.
But my friend, he was his go-to not excuse, what is the word, rebuttal was that it's well, Mel Gibson came back, so why not? If he can come back, and he was racist and disgusting and said all these derogatory things, and now he's back, and now he has a
But I also
thriving
think that was
career.
before this giant I mean,
but Mel
look,
Gibson
I don't know.
hasn't
Ben,
truly come back since. Everybody thinks he's nuts.
That's true.
Nobody gives him the credit of the acting he once received. When he was doing movies like Braveheart and stuff. This guy was considered one of the best actors. And now people are like, Mel Gibson, he's so freaking weird. He's so nuts.
Yeah.
Like his reputation is tarnished.
Yeah, but he's still doing movies and he's still like booking it and making money.
Yeah,
And
no,
that's
I
the
mean I
thing,
agree
you
with
know.
that. I'm just saying.
No, you're right, but it should be more.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like
Yes, he probably shouldn't have been able to come. Not probably, he shouldn't have been able to come back from that. And I agree with Amna, where it probably was.
it feels different though. Is it, do you agree, Sam? Like it feels like this time it's different.
Yeah, and it's just surprising that it's literally one person after the other, and people are.
It's also not surprising,
No,
you
no, no.
know?
It's not surprising that it's that many people. It's just
Yeah.
it. I think what I mean by surprising is that because it's Hollywood, and I'm sure it's happened to. I mean, and clearly has happened to so many people. But it's just surprising that it's all coming out at once. Like you didn't really hear
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
a
Yeah, you
lot.
didn't really hear about it at first. Clearly, you didn't. And I don't. And and I'm glad that whatever is causing a voice to come out, that it finally has, whatever it is.
I know. I just wanted to hear your opinions, Anne, because I knew you were such a fan of Louis
Yeah.
C.K. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, Zan's gonna be like, what the
Well, if it makes you
hell?
feel better, I had no idea who the hell he was, so I don't care.
That's true. Well,
I I was so surprised about Kevin Spacey because I really liked him, and
he
then
was
he
another
was
surprising one, a very
gross.
surprising one. I mean, he had that really good, like, House of Cards was one of my favorite shows. And, I mean, granted, yes, the past few seasons kind of sucked. I still thought it was a good show.
They should continue it with just
I
Claire.
agree.
Well, they canceled it.
Oh,
Oh,
they
they
did?
canceled
Yeah.
it. I thought they were gonna.
Oh.
No, they I
Sucks.
think they are just playing whatever season's about to come out, and that's it. I think they still had some
That re-
episodes they had to shoot too, if I read correctly. I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, sorry, but I thought it said that there were some episodes left to shoot, but they are not shooting those and it's canceled.
Oh, wow.
It's definitely canceled though.
that sucks for everyone who worked on that show. Like
Yeah,
that's their
because he
job.
ruined it for everybody.
Yeah,
And he's,
basically.
been taken out of movies and award, and that, which is what he should be taken out of. I mean, he tried covering up his acts by, coming out, and that's terrible. Like that's not the time and the place. And if you should,
It's not an
yeah, you shouldn't
excuse. Like
cover
you go like, oh,
your terrible acts by being like, I didn't know myself, but now I do. And it's like, what?
The one thing that was kind of funny to me about the whole Kevin Spacey thing, in particular, was that how a lot of I on Reddit, a lot of people were pointing out to old stuff on TV shows and movies that referenced Kevin Spacey being a creepy person. And it was actually really interesting because it's like, for example, you know the show Billy on the Streets? I guess it was on a TBS or Hulu or something like that. And I forgot the guy's name too, but
TBS and Hulu are completely different things, but okay.
no, I'm saying it was either on TBS or Hulu. I don't remember though. But whatever. It was this. There was this. The dude on that show. He had. It was a maybe lasted for 3 seasons, and every other episode of his show referenced Kevin Spacey being like, "Oh, don't blah 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 blah," because Kevin Spacey already did that, or something stupid like that, and he referenced it
Oh,
all this time,
interesting.
and it obviously just went off the radar because no one really connected the dots until I guess now.
hmm.
But it was interesting. And then, like, even I guess it was The Simpsons or some sort of cartoon show referenced it way back in the day, saying how much of a creepy person Kevin Spacey is. So it was really interesting.
Well, it's like with Harvey Weinstein. Like it was like known. Everyone's like, oh yeah, don't be alone with Harvey
Yeah,
Weinstein.
exactly.
And it's like it's become it was like an industry joke, but it's not a joke because he like raped women. So yeah, it's very interesting, and I'm also like
Billy Eichner, that's
I'm
his
not
name.
so
Sorry,
much
Billy Eichner, Billy on the Street. Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm also like not like I'm worried for the other names. It's more like I'm just like waiting to be disappointed by more people that I enjoy
Yeah,
as artists, and it's like
Yeah.
waiting for the other shoe to drop constantly on
that was one of the
people.
comments I remember reading. Was like, what are like what actors and actresses are left that I can actually like at this point?
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Well, this is just the culture, unfortunately, of everywhere that sometimes guys think that they can get away with being a certain way towards women and they can't anymore.
Well,
They
I'm
shouldn't
glad
have
they can't
before, but they,
anymore. And
yeah.
yeah, you're right. They should never have been able to, but whatever gave them the power to, or whatever they felt like gave them the power to do that, I'm glad is going.
so
Yes.
this week's episode, everyone, is uh kind of a weird pivot that I just did there, but
Yeah, you're like,
I'm just going straight into
okay.
it. I'm just
Anyone.
plowing straight through. We're gonna do some of the we're gonna keep it 10 things to expect from Pakistan, but our list is a lot bigger than just 10 things. So yeah, 10 things to expect from Pakistan.
So, yeah, basically, we wanted to talk about, like, there's always those articles that are like, what this country, when you visit this country, what it's actually like as opposed to what you think it's going to be like. And we've all been to Pakistan
Numerous times.
a lot of times. And, counting it between all of us, it's been a lot.
Yeah, countless.
And I just always remember people, like, if I would go or visit, they'd be like, "Oh, aren't you worried for your safety or this, that?" And I'm like, "No."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to
No.
Pakistan to go to a wedding, for God's sakes. Like,
I'm more worried about
yeah,
mosquitoes
I'm
than
worried
anything
about the
else.
dress I'm going to buy there.
I'm more worried about like
Really, Zan, the dress you're going to buy?
Well, I'm talking in regards to you. I was talking in your point of view.
I'm more worried about like you're right, bugs and load shedding and well, let's get
And
in.
caterpillars crawling up.
Yeah, let's get
That
into that.
There's also a lot of good things that you're looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, we're like, this is just things to expect, and like there's gonna be some good things and bad things, but like it's just like it's all overall. At the end of the day, we love Pakistan. Like
Yes.
I will definitely go there if any chance we get, and
It's such a love-hate relationship.
yeah, and it's like with any country. There's always if we go to, I don't know, Philippines, I'm sure there's some sort of things to expect from there. If we go to any country, so it's just one of these things where it's like we created this list to kind of be like, yeah, this is what this is what you're gonna see.
Well, I don't know because I don't know if you'd have a love-hate with every country.
Yeah, like I really just loved Italy. There was no
There was no
hate.
hate. There was nothing. There was not a single negative thing about Italy.
Not that I can even remember from my time.
Literally no. Literally no. It
Or
was
like
just a
even for me,
beautiful
Spain,
country.
it was really nice. Like I can't say there was a hate issue. Or Turkey, I can't say there was a hate issue there. But
I'm
that's
sure the
because
locals
when you're
probably find something, right? So
well, that's their country.
that's their country.
So
Yeah.
you know, yeah, if they have a love-hate relationship, that's on them then. That's not on me.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get
Cool.
going.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we already.
Wow, Summer. Wow, so much enthusiasm. Get out of here.
Oh, let's do it. Oh, yeah, we're good.
Okay.
So,
All
like, we
right.
already
Let me
mentioned
pee
it, the
on.
mosquitoes and load shedding. Like, that's pretty big.
What is load shed? What is load
When
shedding?
So
you're.
guys,
Yeah. It's
load
basically
shedding is
when you.
when
Oh, sorry. Somewhere you go. You go.
load shedding is when the electricity goes. I know in a lot of areas there are timed for when the electricity goes, as in at 10 p.m. at night the electricity will go in your area for about 2 to 3 to 4 hours depending on your area. Sometimes it doesn't go in certain places, but in other places it does. So that is load shedding
So basically, the country doesn't have enough electricity for the the
for
households.
like the entire area.
Right. So obviously, if you're very wealthy, you can afford a generator, and so you basically never have to deal with it. But
Wow, Amna.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so
You said, yeah, you
clearly
said
we're
wow
setting
to
the
me.
mood. We're setting the mood of this podcast right now. Just don't bother listening. Turn it off. Get out.
We're recording very late. I'm so sorry.
You see?
Anyway, you're right. I'm also laying down, which is not good.
Me too.
Oh my god.
But
wow.
look, okay, this is, I've had a tiring day, and I'm just, I'm coming into this, and I have energy for this, and I'm pumped. But, sometimes the yawn escapes.
Here I am. I'm
Anyway,
all chipper,
where was
and
I?
I'm all just like beaming with energy. And here I got 2 people yawning up a storm right now.
That's because you probably drank like your ginger ale on the rocks.
No,
something.
I actually
Some
had
sort of caffeine.
no. It's more actually. I replaced it with sugar right now because I had I went to a bakery earlier today and I got a Boston cream donut and it was really good. So.
Probably with coffee or something.
The cream is just pumping through me.
Exactly. Sugar high. Okay, back to
Load shedding. Basically, yeah. So it doesn't have enough electricity. So if you're really rich, you get a generator. But most of people in Pakistan are not really rich. And so they have to deal with a scheduled time when the electricity is going to move out of your region or your neighborhood. So like at 6 o'clock, like Summer said, or 10 o'clock, like, there's a scheduled time. And a lot of the times it really is terrible is like, you'll have more time in the day that you don't have electricity than you do.
Yeah.
Depending, I think, on your area, and your wealth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I do remember as when we were kids, I remember for sure, like, the load shedding was awful back in the day. Like, at least now, things have gotten better. They are more scheduled. They are more controlled in a sense. But I remember I like when we were just young and like the power would go out and 12 hours later it would come back. I remember that day. I remember it was a 12-hour once. I remember a 16-hour once. So it's like there were some awful days, but yeah, at least now it's like 2 hours.
It's not terribly bad in the wintertime because it's like decent outside. But in the summertime when they have it, it's so hot, it's so humid. It feels very.
And that was the times that we always went to Pakistan was during the summer, so that's why it always sucked.
I know that's that's my main memory. It's just like, or at night you're like trying to sleep
when it's too hot
light
to go to sleep, and you're just like baking.
It's like
just baking. I thought you meant like for a half a second. I was like, baking what?
Just like baking in the sun, baking in the heat.
Like you personally
are
baking, as in you're
baking some cookies,
right, on your body.
Some biscuits.
Some biscuits. That's a great thing about Pakistan is their biscuits.
Bisquitos.
Biscuits. Biscuits. They have really good cookies. Just delicious. I don't know. What's the ones that you would always get?
Are you sure? It sounded like your mic just like cut in and out for a second.
No, but I think that's the name of it. Tut cookies.
Tut.
The way you said it, I
had to I had to whiteify it.
Tut tut.
It reminds me of that video game. Do you remember we used to play it then called Putt Putt?
I remember that. What a game.
That little tiny car that would like go into like the future or go to the zoo.
Putt travels to time. That's the one that I remember.
I remember Putt Putt goes to the zoo. That's what I remember. And he had like help free a zebra. I don't even remember, but I think of Putt Putt when you said Tut Tut.
I think it's Tut Tut cookies, by the way.
I gotta look it up. Tut Tut.
It's not popping.
Didn't you also get like something else, Summer? I don't remember it just being Tut Tut. Also,
This is bad. This is bad.
It's a bad word. I just said a bad word again.
This is too. I don't know. I forgot what it's called. I thought it was like Tut Tut. Like I thought it was actually like Tut Tut cookies.
No, wait. I think is it Tuck Tuck?
No. Oh yeah, Tuck Tuck.
I feel like tut doesn't make sense, so because that's a bad word. So it wouldn't have been tut tut.
Well, it could be from a different area. No, it's tuk tuk. You're right.
Biscuit. I can't find. Oh yeah, tuk tuk. That's what it was. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Those are amazing with chai.
Those were pretty amazing. That and what was? I always forget the name of it. It's the cinnamon tasting one. Oh boy.
I don't know.
Oh my god, I always forget. Candy biscuit. That's the one. Candy biscuit is.
I know you're.
Candy biscuit is my favorite.
They have these amazing biscuits that you can dip in their delicious chai. Which people, another thing.
That's another thing you should expect. Yeah.
The best chai ever. Not like Dunkaccino chai or
a chai tea latte from Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks. Like, that's not chai. That's really not chai.
No, we're talking about full either Kashmiri or masala or elaichi or
and also another
whatever.
thing, people, just really quick, which really irks me, is chai tea is tea. So just remember that. God, people.
Yeah, when you call something chai tea, you're being very redundant. So just call it chai.
Because chai is tea. Oh, God.
It's a kind of
Yes.
tea.
It's milky tea.
Milky.
It's this black tea with milk and sugar.
Like frothy and delicious.
Frothy though.
But it's not just milk and sugar. They add sometimes different
that
to it.
things.
Depending on how fancy you want to get with it, yeah.
And it's amazing. So what you have here is not even like really nice chai. When you go to these little places, it's like you have to go to those delicious shacks and Queens, Jackson Heights area to get the best chai ever.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Or you can make it at home.
Yeah, but like in Pakistan, you can just get good chai roadside.
The roadside chai is the absolute best.
So good.
Roadside anything is hilarious. Like,
and I guess this
selling puppies and selling all of that on the roadside.
Yeah.
If there's something they can sell, it'll definitely be on the roadside.
They will sell monkeys, puppies.
Yeah, they'll sell anything you can possibly imagine.
A lot of the time they sell flowers,
balloons.
That's normal.
One of the funniest one of the funniest ones I saw when I went to Pakistan this past February was there was a guy who was selling nothing but Converse shoes.
Like, was it real?
Like Chuck Taylors.
Oh
he was selling Chuck Taylors, and I just thought that amused me. I was like, all right, good choice.
They are. You can get a lot on the side of the road. So if you ever are in a fight with your significant other, there's always flowers selling on the side of the road, or heart-shaped balloons, chocolate.
Those flowers, though, smell like the best things you'll ever
God,
those
smell.
the white ones, right?
Yes.
Now explain to people.
They're jasmine.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say explain to everyone what those flowers are, because there's a particular one.
I think they're jasmine flowers.
Right?
I think they're jasmine flowers. I could be wrong.
But these ones, you don't find
No,
them here.
because over here they spray them with toxins and stuff. Those are like
No, they smell literally like the most gorgeous perfume, and it's just so. I just want to stick my head in a pile of it all the time.
Such a natural smell to it. It's
floral, but not like
overwhelming either. It's so delicious.
It's really just the perfect smell. It's like what heaven would smell like.
Seriously.
Speaking of things being sold, go.
No,
I was gonna say, speaking of things that are being sold on the roadside, you can also get massages on the roadside. That is a big thing, especially at night, especially after around 10 p.m. later. There's a specific malishwala that's how they call it. They call him a malishwala. It's basically it's a masseuse. Just some guy on the street just wanted to get an extra buck, and he's just a masseuse going around giving people roadside massages, and they're the best. It's a good, just like quick 15-minute just pick me up type massage.
I would never do that. Okay, personally, that's so creepy.
Why? Well, yeah, I guess.
Come on, Dan.
I was gonna say, well, yeah.
We just talked about Louis C.K. and Harvey Weinstein. So let's
because I forget that like all there are only masseuses there. There is no female masseuses on the
There's no
roadside.
Masseuses.
Masseuses.
Do you call a
there's
female?
no masseuses. Same thing. There's only masseuses there.
I know. There's only
It's
masseuses.
like there's no
Masseuses.
masseusi. Okay.
Um. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
Well. Okay. But what else? We were talking about on the streets, right? So Pakistan has, speaking of the streets, has the most mind-boggling traffic.
yes, it's
It, it I
it's words can't even explain it. Like the best way to explain it is just to go on Google and just type in Pakistan traffic or India traffic because it's the same thing. And just see the chaos that's on the streets on a 24-hour basis.
People say if you can drive in New York City, you can drive anywhere in the world. I disagree. If you can drive in one of those countries, then you can drive anywhere in the world.
Yeah. It's all stick shift cars, which is kind of cool.
Not all, but most.
Most are stick shift. It's on the left hand side, right, of driving, and there is no. So this is another thing to expect. There, the laws are kind of blurred. There is some sort of like system where there are cops there, obviously, and there are
There are laws.
there
It's a
are
matter of
laws. It's
following them.
yeah, exactly. So like connecting that to traffic, there is no rules on the road. Basically, you can literally just drive on the opposite side if you wanted to. You can kind of just make your own rules and make your own lane when there isn't a lane. I've seen so like there are bridges that kind of go over the huge streets because these streets are like 8 lanes long basically, so they tend to build these bridges across them so you can easily cross them. And then I've seen people ride their motorcycles on those bridges going up the 4 flights of stairs through the people going down the other side. It's yeah, there no one cares really over there. They try to. There are a lot of people who try to keep the rules in place, but I don't know, it's kind of hard to kind of change everyone's opinions on it.
You
You
really
can't.
can't, honestly. Like, people are cutting in and out. It's also like very slow traffic because everyone's cutting in and
Right.
out. Like,
And yeah,
it's not like it's very fast cutting in and out. It's like, but you're maneuvering in the most ridiculous ways, and there are also people that are on the street. So it's not like you're like maneuvering just cars or people and beggars and cars, and you're just like trying to get to point A to point B. And it's, every 5 seconds you're gonna feel like, oh god, this is it.
yeah, like this is it. No, it's so true because it's like it literally feels like it will hit a car any second now, or someone's gonna come out of nowhere. But like, I love the method behind the madness, basically over there, because it's really like I shouldn't say rare. It's not rare, but like every time I've gone out in Pakistan, I've like thank God have not seen any sort of huge traffic or not traffic, like accidents or
Accident.
anything. Yeah, yeah. So like I like how like even though it's chaotic there is a method behind the madness. There is a weird like system that they have
And I
there.
think there are lots of accidents. It's not like they don't have accidents or anything like that, but they definitely do. Major ones. But I think the other thing is like definitely in the
Just like no
major
insurance.
cities, um, because it's so many people trying to do exactly what I'm saying, maneuvering in and out, they're cutting in, and the traffic is slower. That it's the accidents when they do happen, they're like fender benders type situations. So I mean, not saying people have never gotten hurt, but a lot of them that I've seen have always been like fender benders. So and that too, there's no
Yeah.
I don't think there's insurance. So you just kind of yell at each other once there is an accident and go on your way. It is what it is.
They dish it out on the streets before
Yeah,
the
pretty
cops can't
much.
even get there. So
Exactly.
Dish it out.
They yell at each other, they do what they need to do. Sometimes there's some serious fight, sometimes there isn't. and then you just get on your merry way.
Yeah. One thing that Amna said in passing that we should also bring up as a thing is the beggars. That is a pretty
Yeah.
rampant there. I remember talking to my roommate about this recently about how in New York, I believe there is 30,000 to 40,000 homeless people
Oh wow,
in
yeah.
the entire city. In city being the tri-state area, or roughly around the tri-state area, is like 30, 40,000 homeless people. Um, and then when we looked it up Pakistan, it was like 2 million or 2 million, 2 million, three
Yeah.
million homeless people out
And
of
what
out of out of like a 28 million population
in just Karachi, like in just
in
in
just
one of the
Karachi,
cities,
just
and just
Karachi,
Karachi.
just
So that's
Karachi. I'm
just
not
one of the cities.
just one city that it was 2 million, which is like it's 2 million is the population of LA, isn't it, or something like that? But that's crazy, and
Yeah, that is
It's
it is
absolutely
insane.
insane. And
it's really sad.
it's kind of like it becomes a part of your life, and you get used to it, and that sounds terrible, but like, you know, I guess like it's like a doctor, right? If you felt it for every person, you wouldn't be able to continue for on your day, if that makes sense. If you felt like the sadness, I guess, for it. I don't know. But Summer didn't you give away your
I didn't give
fries?
them away. I
I thought you gave away your fries, but then they also stole your ice cream.
no,
Stole
they
your
were
ice cream?
yeah, they stole my ice cream. No, well, okay, yes, I did give away my fries, but reluctantly. I was younger though. It's not like I was like I was a selfish kid and I wanted my French fries. Um, and that's another thing with me about the food there, but that's a different story. But yes, an experience of mine was going in to McDonald. I was at McDonald's. Now remember, as Zan said, we go in the summer. It's really hot, so ice cream is key. And we walked out of McDonald's, and this little boy ran by me, and like as I was eating my ice cream, and I just took it out of my hands, and then took my ice cream, and I was like, "Hey, that's my ice cream." And my mom was like, "Go in and get another one." Like, so I had to go do that. And then one time I went and I had fries. Again, the food there is so good. And there were just all these kids that looking back at it, it's so sad to think about, but all these kids that like come near you and they're like, "Oh, can we have some? Can you get us some? Can we have?" And I'm like, "Damn, just take these fries and let me just walk away in sadness." Sadness at the time for me was that I lost my fries. Looking back at it, obviously the sadness is that there's all these kids there that, I didn't even have the money on me. Otherwise, at this point, I probably would have bought all of them fries.
Yeah. Again, it's kind of like a balancing act. You can't dwell on it too long because it's just such a part of the life there. You just gotta
Just gotta keep on keeping on.
understand,
Yep. And they
carry
and they
on.
really the other thing as they might do in many countries is they really go after. So if they see you help one person out, they will come in like masses and ask you to do the same to them. So it's like, oh my god, I don't even know how to explain it. You want to give to everybody, but it's like you also can't. It's hard unless you can drop money out of the sky. But um it's also hard because you don't want to carry that type of money on you either over there. So it's like you want to help everybody as much as you can, but they also see if you help one, they're gonna literally follow you like paparazzi kind of to your car and stay right next to your car until you really can pull away.
Isn't there? Was it with you and your mom, or was it just your mom, Summer, where that little kid that came up to the car and like you thought it was just alone?
Oh yes, no, that wasn't just me. That was actually we were coming back from our cousin's wedding, and it was my mom, me, Amna, Kashif, and Sabina. So just like our immediate family. and the driver, we rented a car, and we had a driver, and that comes when you rent cars sometimes over there. Um,
You have a
so
personal driver.
yeah, you get a personal driver. And it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and we were in a different city, and this like the most adorable little girl like came up to the car at like 2 3 a.m. The street is deserted. We were the only car on the road. We were at like a red light. Again, this is a different city than this city that we talk about, where it's much smaller. So it's like going from New York City to like, how can I explain what's Gorda? It's like going to New York City to
Portland, Maine.
yeah, like it's a smaller
Like
city.
upstate New York.
I don't
Portland,
know if it's
Maine.
Portland, Maine, but it's like much smaller
Portland. I can't get
than
over
than
I
a
don't know
city you
why I
would
thought
think
of
of.
that.
it. Like you could have done anything
I
else.
can't think of
Like
another. Yeah, like
Hartford.
Hartford, maybe. I don't want to say Boston because Boston's pretty big, but anyways,
Gordo's
yeah,
big.
that's true, but so there's this little girl, and my mom was like, she was so cute, and all of them are cute, but this girl was like really, really, really cute. And my mom was like, "Get her in the car. We're taking," and for a good like I want to say it was like a 5 second thing where we were like, "Oh my god," because my mom was like hell bent on taking this little girl back with her.
Which is
Which
illegal.
yes, it is, but she was so cute. And it was like a deserted street at like 2 a.m. And she was like, "Nope, I'm taking her back." Like for a good 5 seconds, all of us in the car thought we were getting like a baby sister, and like my mom was like, "Nope, I can't leave this little girl out here like this. We're taking her back." The driver was the one who stopped my mom. He was like, "No, no, 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 don't do that. You know, her parents are here. They're watching, and they're purposely like watching to see if something like that would happen, because then they can, obviously it's illegal, and get, what they want out of people." But it was nuts, and it was like she was so so cute. But the fact that, you just have to be careful of that type of stuff too. You don't want to make the wrong move.
Yeah.
Right. It's a dicey
It's
situation.
Doisy.
Yeah,
Um,
I know.
Um.
in
Oh.
kind of connecting with homeless people. I don't even want to call them homeless people. They probably are, but I'm talking about Costres. Uh,
They're not. They have their own little
Kidding.
area.
Costres being, how do you even describe Costre? It's like a like I don't even know how do you describe, like they're like
No,
are
they're
they're cross dressers, like I guess they're just
Transgender?
sometimes they're
maybe
just
transgendered at points.
some of them are transgender, some of them are just cross-dressing, some of them don't think they really have a gender, they consider themselves a third gender or no gender.
Some of them
um
are, because over there, it's very weird. I feel like, now correct me if I'm wrong, if you are transgendered, I feel like you get more respect over there than if you just come out as being gay or anything like that. So I feel like it's also a way for people to cover that up.
I know it's very odd there. It's like um being a hijra is less stigmatizing than being a
Correct.
homosexual.
And I feel like it's for people
And
to be able to cover that up. Cause
or
because it
to have that be their main identity as opposed to being just a male, like just
right. And it's
male
sad because
presenting
they should be able
homosexual.
to be whoever they are.
Yeah, but like they are known for being very loud and eccentric, and they tend to like
And
really
fun.
push and fun, and they really push for the money, I guess you could say. You know, like they, in a way, like they really want you to just give them more than just a couple bucks here or there. They want more, and they kind of beg and really put up a show for you to kind of give more, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and you do, and you also don't want to get them angry.
You don't want to get them angry. Yeah. Is that like is
So
that a wise tale type thing where it's like don't
yeah,
get them
that's like an
angry?
old wives' tale. Like, don't get them angry. So you just do it.
You just kind of follow it.
Because like God listens to their like complaints or
Prayers,
I don't know the
prayers or
word.
duas first.
Yeah, they listen to theirs like supposedly God listens to theirs more intently. I don't know, but I don't know why. Maybe because they have such a terrible terrible quote unquote life in the sense that it's a lot of like adversity that they have to go through and obstacles, and so if you make it even more difficult for them, it's like worse
Mm-hmm.
on you.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's
So
either way
it's
though. It's always been like once they come, just quickly, give them what they want, and then they won't even bother you. Not that sometimes though you really want them to be around because it's like they're so much fun. It's not like we're purposely being like, oh, get away from me. It's just that we got places to go, people to see, and they'll just stop you.
Yeah. Um, what do you call it? I was gonna. I was trying to think of a better way to connect it, but I was gonna say they they wear pretty cool clothes, so the fashion there in Pakistan is pretty nice. That was a
that's
really
great
good connection,
connection.
yeah. But I was trying to really make that more eloquent. Like,
Yeah, basically Pakistan fashion is for I guess for people who are Pakistani. Someone made this point, like if you're not Pakistani, you might not be into the fashion, but it is a pretty prominent industry, and like that also feeds into like where you buy the stuff are these amazing
Yeah.
malls. Like the malls in Pakistan, like these malls, right?
now
Someone
now let's just kind of like it's obvious it's mostly geared towards women, obviously, because the guys fashion there is really simple. Let me just explain that it's mostly just a shalwar kameez, or they obviously have more fancy stuff, but it's like when it
Well, they
comes
have
down to
tees
it.
and t-shirts and
Yeah.
shirts and all of that too. It's not like they don't have that.
No. I was gonna say like they have shalwar kameez, jeans and shorts. They have like just the basic stuff, so it's always kind of universal everywhere you go. But for women, like the fashion is like top notch there.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
men's fashion is pretty
Is it though? Is it
not as
though?
I mean, think about it here as men's fashion as prominent as women's
No,
fashion.
here I get it, but in Pakistan though, I don't. Not really. Not as much as like. Not as much of a
No,
focus.
I feel like it's the same as
It's so much more of a
I
focus
think like
there. No, I don't know.
Well, it depends also. I think your with, if you're middle class or really wealthy or whatnot, I feel like fashion, just like here though, it can be um like the rich, the people who are have a little bit more money, their fashion is amazing.
Well, yeah, yeah.
So but no, I think the men fashion over there is nice too. It's just you gotta do it properly.
what's better than the fashion are the malls. Can we just talk about
Yes,
that,
the malls
please?
are
Because the malls are
out of
intense.
control.
Okay, they have marble floors,
Fountains
like
galore. It's like amazing.
like I can't
Even the
describe it
food
how
court is
gorgeous. Like you go to a
delicious.
mall here and it's like, bleh.
Like, you can't even get a food court like that here.
No, the food court it's like giant. It's like 2 floors sometimes of just like so much food, so many different kinds of food, and like also Pakistan, you have Dunkin' Donuts, you have Burger King, you have McDonald's and
KFC.
Subway, you have Pizza Hut, KFC, Domino's, you have all those, but like on top of it, they have their own food, which is usually, you know, great, better, and like we over there would get these things called these fries from
OPTP.
OPTP, OPTP,
OPPP.
one potato, two potato. It's basically like it's like poutine, poutine, but for
Poutine.
chaat masala on your fries.
Mm, I love OPTP.
So good.
They give
It's
you like
so good.
different kind of. It's like you can get long ones. You can get hash browns. It's like just a place where you can get different type of fried potatoes. It's delicious.
So many different flavors.
And like the thing is, the mall is like an
It
escape.
really is.
Like, you could go to the mall every day. And the thing is, there's multiple malls, and each mall has their own unique experience. Like, I don't know how to explain. Even the guys there want to go to the mall all the time because it's so nice.
It's a nice sociable place to go.
Yeah, because there's also like other things. It's not like the mall. It's like, I know, I guess there's not other things, but it's just so nice.
It's more
Yeah, I mean,
shopping.
there is a lot of shopping, but it's just so nice. I think like the restaurants and the coffee shops that they have, and they're open a lot later too. So like the actual shops might not be open super late, like the clothing shops. But like the restaurants and the cafes and stuff are open for a long time, like 2, 3 in the morning, so you can just hang there.
Honestly, Karachi doesn't sleep, that part of Pakistan. Also, I do want to make like a little side asterisk
Hmm.
note that a lot of our experiences are based off like Lahore, Pakistan,
No, like Karachi,
and Lahore or
right?
Karachi. We're not. I don't think we are really good informers
All
about
of
like
Pakistan.
SWAT or Islamabad or any of those places. We haven't really been there as much, and so our experiences of our two big cities. We haven't been to the villages as much, and so I just wanted to point that out because this is the Pakistan that you get if you go to a city.
Yes.
Well, on the opposite side of the spectrum, when you have those malls, you also have bazaars, which are the exact opposite, and they're more just little streets and gullies and alleys that are converted into a bazaar of some sorts, and they're always cramped, and you can barely breathe, and
And yet they have such
There's so
nice
many
things.
flies.
and they have like the coolest things inside there. But you have to go through hordes of people, and like like the little like the pathway to walk is like as big as just as enough of a space for two people to go by, and that's it. And there's just like and it's just a maze inside.
It's very nice.
Um, yeah, but would I rather go to that or the mall? The mall.
But, I mean, our parents
But
would rather go to
that
the other
has
thing
its
though.
but well, no, not necessarily. I think my mom would rather go to the mall. But not I think that has its own like flavor to it, its own touch. Like you want to go to that. You do have maybe once or twice, not like every single day, but you do have a desire to see it before, you know, before you leave Pakistan. Like I definitely got to go to this place before I go.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Um, and then one thing that I'd also like to mention is I always talk about this with my friends, but it's important to me, which are the bottles of Coke. And the reason why this brings attention to my mind is because a lot of these malls and these bazaars have jewelry shops. And these jewelry shops, if you go and you're like window shopping, I don't know if they what's the word?
Yeah, window shopping.
Prostic driving.
But
Sorry,
they
not
don't.
driving, buying. Why did I say driving?
But they don't know you're window shopping. They think that you're gonna buy. So basically, they want to woo you into staying, and so they give you bottles of Coke and glass bottles, and of Coke or Fanta or Seven Up or Pacola, which is a green apple soda
I thought it was.
in Pakistan. And I thought it was green apple. Is
Isn't it
it
green apple
not?
like ice cream soda though? Isn't
Uh,
that what it's called? Ice cream
uh,
soda?
I
I
think.
don't know.
What is Pacola? Is that
No,
Amood?
I don't. I'm forgetting. Am I confusing Pagola and Vimto?
Yeah, Bacola ice cream soda. That's what it
Yeah, there
is.
you go.
So it's green
Green apple
apple.
tasting though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, and they give you these bottles, and the thing is, the Coke over there is different than the Coke over
It tastes
here.
so much
Okay,
better there.
It's
I don't know. They make it with
so
real sugar.
good.
It's more bubblier. It's more, I don't know, like it
It's
tastes
just,
crisper.
people, here's the best way to explain what it feels like. When you go to the movie theaters or you see Coke in a commercial and it's just looks so delicious. That is literally what it tastes like over there. Those ads, those movie theater, you know, promos that they do before the movie comes on, and you're like, damn, I could really go for a Coke right now or
S-
Pepsi. That
soda
is Pakistan.
soda's huge in Pakistan. Huge, 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 huge. They love their soda there. They always it's like a
Wait, Zen, didn't you have a competition? Did we already
No,
talk
we
about this? So you
didn't.
had a Coke competition?
yeah, this is a Coke competition during our cousin's wedding. It was me.
I think we did talk
Did
about
we
it.
talk about it? I don't know. I'll talk about it again really quick. It was just me, and a few of our cousins basically, and yeah, basically it was just the entire night where we're supposed to see how many drinks, how many bottles of Coke we can drink in that night. I stopped at around like 20, I think. It was like er,
That's so bad.
early 20s, but yeah, because we started at around 7, 6ish, so we went the entire day. So yeah, that much. And then their cousin who won, he drank over 40, I believe. 40 something, and it was so bad for him, and like he felt so sick afterwards that he actually went to the hospital. And it turns out that like I don't know, there was something weird with his stomach acid, and there was too much acidity happening in his
Basically,
stomach.
had his stomach pumped.
Yeah, he basically in the end of the day had to get his stomach pumped out of Coke. And the doctor told him to never drink Coke again because it was that affected him. He
Well,
does obviously,
so
but yeah, it was kind of funny,
obviously.
but he won the competition, and I don't even know what the wager was, but he won something, I guess.
Nothing, because you guys were like 10. What could you really
Yeah, I
wager?
mean, I don't think it was.
Or
Hey,
cornetto ice cream. That's what.
I don't remember that. I remember
You don't remember
Snoopy.
Oh
cornetto?
my god, the Snoopy ice cream.
I remember Snoopy ice cream. Ice cream there is huge. Going to the ice cream store, at least for us, I think our family it's a big deal. Maybe not other families. We go out to ice cream all the time at night,
Yep.
and we'll go to like a little stand. I
I
did it
heard. I
again.
heard that. I was gonna wait for you to make the exhale, and I
You
didn't
went
hear
on
it, and
one.
I was like,
Good one.
oh.
I'm sorry. I apologize deeply.
You.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to this,
What?
okay? Um, not ice cream, but Stan, you have in our notes because we have notes about this too. You have in our notes Zong. What the hell is Zong?
No, I was like when I was doing a little bit of just like a little bit of research about this episode. I remember, especially going back to Pakistan this past February, it was that everyone says like the moment you land is like, yeah, if you're gonna activate your phone here, you have to get Zong, which is one of their carriers there, one of their phone carriers, along with I don't even remember the names at this point, Mobilink and Uphone, and those are the only ones I remember. Wanted, but they have a bunch of them, but like.
Oh, they don't have phone systems like we do. That's another thing.
Yeah, it's more. I guess like in the sense, it's more of a prepaid plan where you buy your phone and you just and like add money to your SIM card. So here, obviously, our SIM card insert it once and it's over. We just get paid through Verizon or whatever carrier. There, you prepay everything, so you just always have to add money to your account. And obviously they do have contracts there too, but it's more popular to just prepay everything, and you get a pretty good deal out of it too. So it's kind of cool. But then yeah, Zong is supposed to be like the Verizon of 4G Pakistan. So I wanted to mention that. Zong.
Zong.
Listen, Zong helped me out so much in Pakistan that February. Because when I went to Lahore, me and my cousin, we went up to the top of the mountains, like basically of Lahore, like the boondocks and like the middle of what is it? No, not that. What is it? Oh God, don't remember the name of it. But it's like we were basically 8,000 feet in the air in the mountains eating dinner, basically.
That sounds nice.
Yeah. So it's really cool, and supposedly no carrier in Pakistan can go up that high except for Zong. So I was able to.
What the hell? It's long. It's like a
I
mutant.
was
Like a mutant.
Yeah, and I was able to send some snaps and take some pictures and upload them on Insta. There, it was pretty cool.
Oh, nice. I gotta get to this place.
Yeah, yeah. I gotta think when I think of the name. When I come up with the name, I'll figure it out. I'll tell you guys.
Okay. Is there anything else that we're missing about like
What?
what you would expect from Pakistan?
Well, we talked about mosquitoes.
I'm just trying to think of if I landed in Pakistan, well, like the nightlife
Yes.
is great. Okay, like the so one thing is that like there are lots of young people there, and they like go out just like everyone, and they like to have a fun time. Um, so there's always activities going on and things to do in the city.
It's a
It's a
city that
city.
never sleeps.
It's not conservative. It's not in that. It's not like that kind of conservative where they're not like trying to have fun or party because they are.
A lot of the like these places are open till like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Like these ice cream parlors, these like restaurants, and I don't even know what else is there. Like McDonald's. Like a lot of the places are open so late.
Cafes,
Cafes.
lounges, restaurants. It's like all open and ready to for you to come and, hang out and have fun.
Some of the fond Yeah, no, I was
Right.
gonna say some of the fondest memories is us going to Boat Basin in Karachi, which is like this little area in Pakistan where they have it's like a line of just restaurants, and we would go there at like sunrise to get food, and it was so good.
I was
Oh
traumatized.
yeah, well there was a lot of flies, but
I have a very weird affliction about flies. Like I don't it's a long story, but flies really get to me and Summer
Mm-hmm.
knows this.
what
And we were there eating breakfast and I
what
was losing
what do
my
you mean it's
shit.
a long story? You gotta explain this.
Well, when I was young, when I was 5, I went to India with my dad and my mom, and it was for my
They actually
uncle's
went to
wedding.
like a village-esque place.
And it wasn't like, yeah, we went to India and we went to Goa. No, it was like we went to India and we went to a village. And this village is I mean, in the sense of the simplicity, and I can look back and appreciate like it's a, in that way it's a beautiful lifestyle, but there are, I'm not kidding you. I'm not exaggerating. Thousands upon
Maybe
thousands
there
of
aren't
flies.
anymore, but at that time.
At that time, okay, when I was 5, so what? This was how many years ago? 17 years ago. There were lots of flies. And uh, thousands, okay? And people were so used to it, of course, that's like where they live. And so they'll just sit and they'll hang out and the flies are crawling. And it's not like thousands of flies are on you, but you have like, good 6 to 7 to 8 flies maybe on you, and they just didn't care. It was just normal. And I, as a 5-year-old spoiled brat, did care, and I freaked out. And I don't know what happened. I was there for a while and I could not calm down, and it traumatized me. And I really can't deal with flies. Like I just can't. They're buzzing, and they're licking of their arms, and they eat poop, and it's terrible. And I don't know how people can just sit and relax while a fly is just sitting on you. And so in this boat basin area, there's lots of flies there in the morning, and y'all are eating breakfast like it's no big deal, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yo, it tasted good. I ignored the fries.
I mean,
How does it? You know why it tastes good? Because those flies'
it
poop
was
was
very
on it.
difficult to do that, but Amna is way more traumatized. I mean, it was disgusting.
Oh, it was for
But
sure.
Amna was like literally getting like panic attacks. I mean, we weren't panicking, but she was. But that's just because she has this fear.
And I'm not trying to make it sound spoiled. Like I'm not like fearful of a lot of like a lot of insects, but flies, just the swarms of flies really get to me, and I just don't understand how I can sit there while they're, because they're not calm. They freak out too. You know, they buzz around you.
I mean, it is really
Is it just
disgusting.
me?
But I mean, yeah.
No, it's disgusting for sure.
It's disgusting. I mean, you just freak out a lot more.
I like just could. Summer saw it in my face when we went there. I was like, "Is this really happening?" And she looked at me. She's like, "Amna, there's nothing we can do about this." And I'm like, I can't
I mean, unless you
eat
sit in the
anything
car at
here,
this point.
right? Which I would look like such a snotty person, okay, if I sat in the car and waited for y'all to finish your breakfast. So I went and I didn't eat. I couldn't.
Right.
It sounds so snooty. It's not. If it was,
Yeah.
no, because if it was ants, I still wouldn't have eaten it. Because I wouldn't want to sit with a bunch of ants either. Maybe I am snooty. Like,
Maybe
can't I
snooty.
have that? Like, I can sleep. Like, I can sleep without like no electricity. Fine, mosquitoes. I get eaten alive too, and y'all know that. Like when I go to Pakistan, it's not like I get like a bug bite here and there. My whole body is covered in mosquito bites. I'm okay with it. It's part of it. Like I don't mind, but the flies. Like, can't I just have that one thing where I'm like, I don't want to deal with this.
Yes, I agree. You can always have something.
Samar, what's
When
your
I go
thing?
there, or just generally?
When you go there, like, what's your thing that you're like, I don't want to deal with this?
Sometimes it's the people.
Well, I don't know how you
Exactly. Sometimes you just can't help it.
That's terrible. That's like everyone.
It's like, yeah, I don't like the people.
I don't like a major part of this country, which are the people, the population.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes it's the people, and that's the problem. And you just realize you just want to go home.
Yeah. I'm trying.
The toilets.
It can be a problem, not necessarily.
No, that was gonna be my thing. Of like one thing that gets to me is the toilets. I just can't stand the toilets. And you guys know how much of a problem I had using those squatty potties, but oh my god, I can't deal with that. I just don't understand it. I need a throne to sit down. I can't.
It's the best way to.
I just feel like I need to be comfortable when I go to the bathroom.
It's exactly.
I need to feel like it's my.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to feel like stressed out. Like if I'm sitting there and I'm really nervous for bugs or for like the cleanliness or anything, and I'm like, this is really nerve-wracking, then I can't enjoy any part of my time because my personal time, the most personal time you get in your life is when you're pooping or peeing in the bathroom. And if that's tarnished, what else do you have? Like, what do you have?
One time we were, I think it was, the last time we all went together, and just a few years ago, and we had just come back from some restaurant or whatever, and my brother goes in the bathroom, except the lights go while he's like taking, his
and it's nighttime, so he can't see. He's taking a shit.
He's taking a crap.
Sorry, Johnny Discotheque. We blew your cover on the story.
So he was like, I can't see. And the thing is exactly what I'm.
Was
no.
he
He was sitting, but the thing is exactly what I'm gonna say. It's hot, you can't see, and then bugs come, right? And you're like, oh my god, the bugs. So we had to like underneath the door take as much of our flashlight from our phones and like kind of like
because we can't enter the bathroom while he's shitting.
So here we are.
He has to finish his business.
So here we are, like putting like whatever bit of light that can go through from our phones, like our flashlights from our phones, like underneath the door, so he can somewhat see. And he's like, ants, bugs.
Honestly, I remember it was one time. This is even like a going to the bathroom story, but I was showering.
Oh yeah, it happened to me too. That's why.
2 I don't know what the heck. They weren't
They were
caterpillars.
centipedes.
They were
but
like
they were
millipedes
they
or
were like giant centipedes.
mutant giant. It was scary how big these things were. Okay, and they crawled up from the drain, and I
You know those
freaked
like
out. Okay, and
squeegee
there's
things that like move the water? Like, like those
yeah,
things that
like
can like
those
yeah,
like
those wipers
wipers.
or whatever. I had to use
So
that.
I started taking that, and I'm freaking out. And the water itself, first of all, every time you're in Pakistan, don't expect a hot shower. Okay, you're getting cold shower.
I mean, unless
So
unless
I'm
unless
already
you're in a
cold and
hotel or
like,
something.
Yeah.
yeah, or you're rich. But
Not where we.
obviously, our experiences are not those of well-off people. Because well-off people don't have millipedes crawling up their drains. So I'm like in the shower, I'm freaking out, and like I can't scream because people, I don't know what the hell they'd do, like rush in, that'd be terrible. So I start squeegeeing the caterpillars to go back down the drain, but they're like mutants and they're not leaving. And I have like shampoo still in my hair. I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do? And like I I just kept trying. Like every time they'd come back up, I just squeegee them back down. I didn't know what else to do.
Wow.
No, but that exact same thing happened to me. The exact same thing happened to me. I just was squeegeeing them down as much as I possibly could. These goddamn
And the thing is,
X-Men
the bathroom is
style.
slippery because you're wearing
These are
shower
like
shoes.
X-Men style millipedes. Like they were mutants.
And the thing is like you're not like it's not like a tub. It's an open bathroom, so like the water. That's another terrible thing.
I'm glad
Like
that you
you
brought
have
that
to go
up.
to the you have to go to the bathroom, and someone takes a shower before you. You're gonna have the worst experience because the
Oh.
toilet is soaking wet. There's nothing you can do about it. The sink, the toilet, everything. And you have to sit on that wet toilet because there's no toilet paper.
And okay, we didn't have toilet paper, and my mom would always ask them to bring them when we come. But the thing is, their pipes over there, their drain system, whatever it is, they're not made for toilet paper. They're because
Because in Pakistani culture, we
we
wash
wash our
ourselves.
butts.
We don't just use toilet paper. They don't use toilet paper. They literally just will wash their butts, and they have like
It's
sprays
amazing.
and
But the
stuff.
point is so their drains aren't their flushes. I mean, you can, but it's very you have to be very careful, otherwise you're gonna plug it. So you have to, and it's such flimsy toilet paper too, like super
It's like one ply minus half,
super flimsy.
It's
half
half
ply,
ply.
So
and it's pink.
Yeah, it's patented pink. It's always pink.
super flimsy, and so when you try to like take a toilet paper and like wipe down the seat after somebody's taken a shower, because first of all, it's so disgusting to think that all your germs from the shower are like all over. Anyways, but like it's just like that feeling, or that when you put toilet paper in water, it just breaks apart. But this breaks apart even with like a little thing of water on it. So um yeah, just a little speck of water.
Cheetah.
um,
No, so like the bathrooms really are problematic.
I don't
Thing
even
is
think we
that
like described it properly. Like the bathroom is all in one. It's all encompassing. So like the toilet is there. The drain is in the middle, right? So like the shower, there is no toilet. Like there's no shower tub. It's all in the entire. The room is the shower tub. Like
It's like
you just
yeah, and there's a
there's a
drain in
drain
the
in the
middle of the
bathroom.
it's like
bathroom.
a community bathroom, in the sense that not that everybody can go into it. It's only made for one person. However, it's community in the sense that the materials that you use are all together. They're not separated.
Yeah, it's really not separate. It's very and it's like I don't I and the thing is I've been like to nicer homes, and it's not
Oh no, we've
as
been to homes
bad.
where
Like the
it's just like
bathrooms are
bathrooms that you see here. So
right. But like the true experience is like the middle class to lower middle class. Is that's not the bathroom you're gonna get. You're gonna get a bathroom that's open. Sometimes it has the whole kind of toilet or
The
the
squatty
regular
potty.
a legit
squatty
squatty
potty
potty.
or the toilet, and you're gonna get cold water because they don't have water heaters. It's just a tank on the ceiling, not the ceiling, the
In the
roof,
ceiling.
or the in the ceiling. I'm sorry, on the roof, and it's just the water, whatever temperature that water is at, that's what you're gonna get.
What you see is what you get.
It's pretty humbling. Like hot water is such a
It is
commodity to me
it
now.
is
Like
a very it just going in general can be a very humbling experience. And I have to say though, as much as we are sitting here talking like it's like the worst place ever, we really truly enjoy ourselves when we go. So
It's these experiences that make us love it.
I mean, the fact that we can sit here and really laugh about it, it clearly
um,
doesn't stop us
no,
from ever wanting to go back because we still want to go back.
we love it. The experience, the like Summer doesn't like the people sometimes, but our family, the clothes, the fashion, the
The
music, the
food,
culture, the the food, and just like those things. It's humbling in the sense that those things that they become not important. These luxuries and amenities that you take for granted here, they just don't become important because it's your life and what you're doing that's important, not those side material things.
yeah. Yeah. And I guess on that note, follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
At,
Because
at
well, because see, I wanted to bring up something, but I think that was probably the best way to end it. So it's
I
good.
agree.
It's
You're
good.
right.
It's good.
And please rate and review
Rate
us on
and
Google
review.
Play
Hey,
or
rate
iTunes.
and review.
Yes, and if it's a 1 star, please keep it to yourself.
If it's 2 stars or 3 stars, also keep it to yourself. But if it's 4 or 5, we can do it. Okay.
If you really hate us that much, then obviously, like, freedom of speech, go ahead, but please don't. Like, I'm begging you. And then what else? Oh, if you have any questions or even ideas for topics or things you want us to discuss, email us at bobandfriends@gmail.com.
Yep. No, Fob and Friends podcast
Or
at gmail.com.
sorry, and then or message us on Facebook
Yeah.
at Bob and Friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, guys. I'm surprised you guys are not yawning right now. You
That's
should
it.
be.
I only did it once.
Yee.
Amna did it like 10 times.
I did it twice. The bathroom conversation really livened me up. I got very passionate.
Got really passionate about the toilet.
about the personal time, that special time that you have in the
toilet
bathroom.
talk.
It's your you time.
You time.
You time.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have some you time right now. So.
Ew.
See you later.
That's why he's rushing to get off.
Bye.